Hello, hello. If you've never seen me before, I'm Coin Ring Maker. I make coins into rings, and today we're going to be making state quarters into coin rings. If at any time during this live you'd like to get yourself one of these, you can tap the gold chain at the bottom of the screen, and I'm just going to go ahead and get started on this. First thing we got to do is punch a hole in our coin. And the first one we're working on today is a Louisiana state quarter. So let's get going. Well, I'm glad you enjoy it. I saw your review. I do appreciate that. Thank you very much, Nurse T. So I think we've got 13 5-star reviews on these now. Quite a few of them with pictures. Solid success. Heck yeah. Yeah, you show that off. Sounds good. Yeah, if you guys haven't yet, you can tap the little, I think it's a shopping cart at the bottom of the screen. It'll show you the product we're working on today. We've got all 50 states available in these state quarter coin rings. And I can also do half and quarter sizes. So if you don't see the state you're looking for, or you need a half or quarter size, just leave a note when you place your order. If you have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. And we're just gonna make one of these step-by-step live here for you. Thanks for stopping by and watching me work. Can I make a size 17? No, the max size I can do for quarters is 12. Now, if you want something size 17, that would probably need to be made out of a 1 ounce silver round, like a really big coin. Here's an example of a 1 ounce silver round coin ring. This is my Medusa coin ring, so it's got a bunch of snakes on it. But yeah, for something that size, I would have to use a larger coin. $50. I can work on $50. You'll just need to go through the link on my profile. Today we're just specifically featuring the state quarter coin rings, if you're on TikTok. There it is. Prop that up a bit. That's better. You guys like that steel wool just hanging off my Doman block there? Better. Just making state quarters into coin rings today. Changing my brightness messed up the connectedness. How often do you anneal larger coins in the process? Several times. Anything over the size of a quarter, I anneal at least 3 times throughout the process. Anytime I feel the coin itself like work hardening, I'll go ahead and anneal it. It's always better to like anneal too many times than not enough. And that's one lesson that was kind of hard for me to learn. The first year I made coin rings, I didn't anneal at all, and I had a lot of failures, a lot of split coin rings and rings that didn't want to fold evenly and kind of created weak points on them. So yeah, annealing is definitely helpful. So when in doubt, go ahead and anneal. It's not going to hurt you any. It won't take very long. And, I mean, as long as you don't over anneal it, you're not going to regret it. So that's one thing you want to look out for. You want to make sure you don't heat up your coin too much and start creating like defects. I'm in Texas. There's our ring so far. This is made out of a Louisiana quarter. If you'd like to get yourself one of these, tap that shopping cart down there. How's it going, Bone Daddy? So we got your ring on the way in the mail. So you're going to have to take a video of you wearing that ring, because when I tried to put it on, even on my thumb, it was loose as hell. So I really want to see how the fit is on that thing. It's a size 17. It's huge. So you're going to have to show that off for sure. Tag me in a video. Let me see it. We're going to stretch this thing out a bit. If anybody has any questions while I work, feel free to put them in the chat. If you'd like to check out what I'm working on today, you can tap the little shopping cart down here. We're making state quarter coin rings. It was a 1 ounce fine silver come and get it round. If you want to see it, go to my profile. There's a video or two of it. Maybe like the 3rd, 4th, or 5th one. I don't know. I've posted videos since then, but if you scroll through the top few videos on my profile, you should find it. It's pretty cool. There it is. Seward lid. Yeah, dude. This is a big boy. So what we're doing here is slowly reducing each side of the ring. That makes it a little smaller, and it also fixes the shape of it. So now we've got a really nice straight wall look instead of kind of a cone shape. And the next thing we're going to do, if you look on the inside of the band right here, just above the text, there's a raised bit of metal there, kind of a lip. It's not very comfortable. It's just kind of a feature of coins. So we're going to go ahead and remove that with a deburring tool. So yeah, y'all check out the product down here, state quarter coin rings. All 50 states are available. If you don't see the state you're looking for, there's a couple that are missing, but I do have them. It's like Oregon, Ohio, North Carolina, states like that. Just pick another state and leave a note with the state you would prefer. I can also do quarter and half sizes. You'll just need to leave a note when you place an order. If you have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. And thanks for watching. That's cutting really nice. Oh yeah, tap the screen if you're enjoying the live. About 250 people in here, and we're sitting at 200 likes. Let's see if we can get it to 250. I think y'all can do it pretty quick. Heck, I bet you could get to 1K if you really wanted to. Let's go. There it is. Woo woo. So the largest size I can do for quarters is 12. If you need a bigger ring than that, I'll have to use a larger coin, like a $50 or $1 or a 1 ounce silver round. If you go through the link in my profile at the top of, oh man, hang on, my connection's all screwed up. Let me wait for the green light and I'll finish answering your question. There we go. Yeah, so if you need something larger than a size 12, go through the link in my profile, and at the top of that page there'll be a filter, like a search filter, and you can search for a specific ring size, and it'll pull up all the rings I can make in that size. 2K likes, let's go. 14, I can do $50 up to size 14. I can do dollars, size 15. The biggest I can do quarters is 12. They just start looking really weird after I go past 12. The lettering on them starts to stretch out. How's it going, Van Cross? Your name's upside down. That's pretty cool. If you would like to send me a coin to work on, I have a button on my profile that says get a quote. Just tap on that. It'll ask you a couple questions and I can get back to you. That's how I handle most of my custom orders. If anybody else has any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. If you'd like to check out what we're working on today, you can tap the little shopping cart at the bottom of the screen. Really clean cut on this one. Do the feel test, make sure it's all gone all the way around. Seems like there's a little bit left right there. Let's go. Make sure to leave a review when you get it, okay? Take a picture, let people see what it looks like. Leave a nice review. It means more than you can know. Lets everybody know what to expect when they order from me. So I sure do appreciate that. There we go. Now we do need to reduce this just a little bit more. It's going to be a size 9. I think right now it's probably sitting about 9 1/4. It's a good looking bucket. Yep. Stole this from my son about 2 years ago. Thought I was going to use it for like a day. Now it prominently features in all my lives. You can't go wrong with the kids' bowl. The kids' bright orange bowl. Yeah. I had to get something I wouldn't lose. So I got me a bright orange bowl. It works pretty good. What's a good coin for a small ring for a kid? I can get quarters pretty small. I can get them down to size 4. I can also work on dimes, but those themselves are pretty small rings. So I would worry about like how small of a child the ring is for. So I don't want them to choke on it. So I would probably say quarters are good. But you could do dimes if you wanted to. How long does it take? It was supposed to be here today. Usually within a week. My orders show up pretty quickly. Like over half of the orders from the flash sale have already been delivered. So should be on the way. That's really in the hands of the Postal Service. We got that right at size 9. It's a little fuzzy, but it is. She's 7 and loves mercury dimes and pennies. I could do a mercury dime for her. You'll just need to go through the link in my profile and then just search dime on there, and you should find it. Yeah, there's rough weather in a lot of states, so the mail is a little slow. But yeah, there's our first quarter coin ring of the day. This will get a nice polish before we send it out, so it'll be super shiny, but we're going to polish them all together. So we're going to go ahead and move on to the next one, which is going to be a Washington quarter. Let's go. If anybody else has any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. If you'd like to get yourself one of these or get one for a loved one, tap the shopping cart down there, place your order, pick your size, pick your state. Get to work on it. I can do specific years as well, as long as it's before or after. As long as it's after 1964. 1964 and earlier are 90% silver quarters, so those are going to be more expensive. But if you want something from like the 90s, I can do that as well. Just add a note when you place your order. If you need a half size, also just leave a note when you place your order. TikTok kind of limited the number of options I could add on this listing, so I don't have all 50 states listed. If you don't see the state you're looking for, pick another state and add a note for me. I do have all 50 states available, as well as for half and quarter sizes. I can do that. You'll just need to leave a note for me. Yeah, let me know what year you're looking for that specific one, and then I'll give you the okay if we can do that or not. Yeah, thanks, guys. If I missed anything else. Last thing I ordered, never tracked UPS, showed up a week late. Yikes. Yeah, I'm waiting on more ring boxes to come in. Y'all sold me out of ring boxes. So I'm waiting on the mail too. Coin ring maker, can you make a ring if I sent you a coin from a different country? For that, you'll need to go through, there's a specific button on my TikTok profile that says get a quote or get quote. Just tap on that. It's going to ask you a couple questions, and I'll get back to you through email. That's how I do all my custom orders. There's just some stuff I'll need to know. It shouldn't take you very long, but that's how I handle custom orders. So if you want to head to the profile and tap that, we can get the ball rolling. If anybody else has any questions, let me know. 3,200 likes? Heck yeah. I bet y'all could get that to 4K if you wanted to. Just saying. If you got nothing better to do, you could tap the screen for a couple minutes. That'd be pretty cool. Let's go. This one's going to be size 8. Nice. Would these rings cause skin issues for someone who's allergic to nickel? Yes, I would not advise getting these if you're allergic to nickel, or if getting green finger is going to be a problem for you. I do have 90% silver quarter coin rings, $50 and dollars on, if you go through the link on my TikTok profile. But here on TikTok, the only ones I have available are the copper clad ones. So you'll need to go through the link on my profile to get the 90% silver stuff. I also have fine silver as well. So if you have really sensitive skin, I do have rings that are like pure silver. It's very similar to penny smashing machines, as like legally, it's against the law to fraudulently alter currency, but that's not what I'm doing. Yeah, Nurse T's got it right. Fraudulent is the key word. Could I do a $50 size 17? That's a bit big for $50. The max size for those right now is 14. I can do a size 17, but it would need to be a 1 ounce silver round. It would need to be a really big coin. But I did just recently make a size 17. Come and take it silver round. So if you want to see that, go to my TikTok profile. It should be like the 5th video down. And it's like a size 17. It's really big. People these days with access to Google saying it's illegal. Yeah. Do your own research. It's not that hard. Back when I was a kid, we used to have to break out a dictionary to do research. How awkward was that? Now they got all this access to information and no initiative to learn nothing. It's a real shame. And then they go around telling other people wrong information. You know what I mean? It's like, come on. Either way, we'll set them straight. We'll educate them here. We'll teach them. We'll learn them real good. It could be. I mean, most of the time people who come in here are pretty well behaved. So I do appreciate that. Y'all do mostly behave yourselves, ask questions, leave polite comments. So I do appreciate that. Here's our quarter so far. A nice fish on there. Can I do a size 12? Yes. You'll just need to leave a little note for me when you place your order. Just something that says size 12, please. Something like that. And we'll get it set up for you. We stretched it out a little bit, and it's starting to look a bit more like a ring. Not entirely the correct shape, but we'll get it there. Apparently putting on camp and playing. No, yeah, I didn't mean to call anybody out. I'm not trying to, everybody be nice to each other. All right. I could have phrased that differently. Like, let's be nice. My mini rant was not directed towards any individual. I'm glad you asked. Like, asking questions is how we learn. So there's nothing wrong with that. So this one's going to be a size 8, a little bit smaller than the last one. We're going to go ahead and get rid of that inside lip there real quick. I think maybe I'll miss something. I don't know. What's the best way to do a silver $1/2 when it comes to applying heat? The first thing I would say is use a fuel source that isn't going to be too hot. So I would recommend using propane over MAP gas. It's going to take a little longer, but it's also not going to blister as quickly. I usually watch for, so when you're burning propane, it's kind of a blue flame that comes out. And when you're annealing your $1/2 on it, when the $1/2 gets hot enough, the flame will turn kind of an orange color, and that's usually when I stop. I'm glad you like it, Tracy. Make sure to leave a review, okay? No, I didn't print this. This is made by Moneymaker Coin Crafting. You can find him on Etsy. It is a really good tool, though. I have seen other people use like dry erase marker or Sharpie to kind of mark the coin, and like when that burns off, that's when they stop annealing. I found that doesn't work quite as well as you'd want it to. It tends to leave kind of blisters on the coin. So I just watch the flame, and once the flame starts changing colors, that's when I pull it. So I've definitely over annealed some silver coins, and like once it blisters, it's pretty much ruined. You can't really buff it off. Like it's there. So you want to make sure you're not over annealing. It's a good question. If anybody else has any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. If you haven't yet, check out the product we're working on today. You can tap the little shopping cart on the bottom of the screen there. Making state quarter coin rings. How often do you have to sharpen this tool? This is called a deburring tool, and usually these handles come with about 10 or 15 extra blades. So once it gets dull, you just swap it out. You just grab you another blade. I have seen some people sharpen them, but it's really not worth the effort when you can just get replacements. Got my ring the other day and love it so much. I love to hear it, madman. Make sure to leave a review, okay? Let everybody know how much you love it. How do you get the rolled edge on the other side of the coin? You mean like the reeded edge? I don't. I just leave it flat and smooth. There was a tool called a rereader that was specifically for like adding a similar texture to the other side of the ring. You may be able to find one on eBay. They don't really make them anymore. So you got to get it from somebody else. But it's called a rereader. You would get another typro deburr to get the back edge. Can you legally do this to coins? Yes. It's very similar to like a penny smashing machine. You might find it like Six Flags or SeaWorld legally. So as long as I'm not fraudulently altering coins, it's not against the law. that would be like taking pennies and making them look like dimes and trying to spend them, like trying to trick or deceive someone with your alteration is illegal. But making jewelry out of coins, at least in the United States, is a-okay, which is pretty cool because that's my whole gig. So get yourself one. You know what I mean? Like, even though it's not illegal, it does feel kind of badass to wear one. See if I missed. If you want to send me a coin for me to work on, you'll need to go through the Get Quote button on my TikTok profile. Just tap on that. It's going to ask you a few questions, and we can work from there. That's how I do all my custom orders. I got my ring the other day. I love it so much. Heck yeah. My precious. No wonder we have a coin shortage. Congratulations. Johnny, you are the 100th person to make that joke. Yeah, I've got like some Morgan dollars that go back to the 1800s, early 1800s, like 1890s. They make pretty cool rings, but you'll need to go through the link on my profile to find those. What's the piece on the bottom of the press? This is just kind of a puck of Delrin plastic, which is really hard plastic, and a magnet. This is made by the Unminted Coin Company, and it basically prevents marring and scratching up. So the ram head right here is pretty rough underneath here. Let's see if I can actually show you guys. I don't know if you can see it, but it's pretty rough. And any scratches, especially on the cut edge of the coin, are pretty detrimental. So this is just kind of a buffer between the ram head and the ring itself. It works really good. Oh yeah. So people have been making stuff out of coins and wearing it for a long time. 101. That's that's a pretty good joke. Have I ever done a bell? Yes, I've made a bell before. I'm not a big fan of the process. I like making rings more. But I have done a bell before. It was a couple of bicentennial quarters and drummer boy quarters. It came out okay. All right, on to the next one. This one is going to be a Texas quarter coin ring. Let's go. Yeah. It's pretty common to use or to see coins in like Native American jewelry. What's the best way to keep your coin rings looking new and shiny? This is the best I have found. These are called connoisseur jewelry wipes. Now, not everything made by this brand is super great. For example, this stuff, it doesn't seem to do anything at all. Also, like their reusable jewelry wipes aren't super great, but these disposable ones are next level. Take you about 30 seconds to a minute to just rub all over your ring, and it'll look like brand new. So yeah, that's what I recommend. These come with like 30 wipes. You can get them at Walmart or on Amazon. Very, very good for keeping your rings looking nice and shiny day to day. Yeah. Do I darken rings? No, I'm not a big fan of, I don't know, some people call it antiquing. I really don't like the substances, the things you have to use to get the darker look. I send all my rings out as shiny as humanly possible. So I'm on the whole other spectrum with that. I like shiny, basically mirror finish rings to come out of my shop. You have to use like liver of sulfur, which is really stinky and it stains your fingers. I don't like working with it. I've done it probably about 3 or 4 times for customers who specifically asked for it, but other than that, I try to avoid this stuff because it stinks and it lingers. It's really difficult to get the stink to go away. If anybody else has any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. If you want to check out the state quarter coin rings we're working on today, tap the little shopping bag at the bottom of the screen here and get yourself one. Pick your state, pick your size, and I'll get to work on it. Got all 50 states available, and I can do quarter and half sizes. You'll just need to leave a little note for me. So this is very similar to penny smashing machines you might find at a museum or Six Flags or SeaWorld. You ever used one of those? Makes a long oval squished penny with a design on it. You ever seen one? They're pretty cool. Yeah, this is very similar to that legally. It's a pretty common misconception. I can give this a nice fold. How much would it cost to get the equipment to start doing this as a hobby? If you go here, there's a button that says recommended tool list, and that'll have like links on where to get the tools as well as some videos on how to use them. So yeah, just go there and find that button, and it'll tell you how much they cost. I don't know, I spent about $200 to $300 on tools the first year I started, but now I'm probably about $3,000 in on tools. But this is my full-time job, and the more tools you have, the more options you can give people. So I've gone a little overboard past the usual level of a coin ring maker as far as tools. but I use them, so it's it's well worth it. It's nice when your tools pay for themselves. What's the best metal for a coin ring? I think the best metal is 90% silver. You can do Ohio, you just need to pick a different state and leave a note that you want Ohio. I'm an idiot and I left off like 7 different states, but I do have all 50. You just need to pick another state and leave a note. Same thing if you need like a half size or a quarter size, just leave a note for me when you place your order, and we'll get that fixed up for you. But yeah, 90% silver I think is the best. Copper clad, like these are pretty tough, so they're going to withstand the test of time. However, they are mostly copper, which means they have a tendency to give people green finger. For that, I recommend applying clear fingernail polish to them to help prevent that effect. 90% silver doesn't have that issue, but it is much softer. So over time, like fine silver details will kind of wear down faster than other coin rings. So that's why I really like 90% silver. It's like right in the middle of those two. It's relatively strong, but also has a really nice shiny finish. So if you guys want to check out 90% silver coin rings, you'll need to go through the link in my profile up here. I've got quarters, half dollars, dollars, dimes, commemorative dollars. I have lots of different 90% silver coin rings because they're my favorite thing to work on. But you'll need to go through the link in my profile to find those. The only thing I have here on TikTok are these copper clad ones at the moment. It's a bit tricky to add stuff to TikTok Shop, so I'm just kind of going one at a time with it. Seen an old timer do this by hitting the hedge with a spoon. Yeah. I started with what I call caveman tools, but I've been doing this about 4 years, so I've definitely upgraded since then. Techniques such as using a hammer or a spoon to tap the edge of a coin tend to really reduce the amount of original coin detail, whereas the technique that I use preserves a lot of the original detail on the inside and outside of the ring itself. And it's not as hard as on your hands. Banging on coin rings can be pretty rough for your hands. So I'm glad I don't have to do that with it. I've attempted to do some stonework, but I'm not quite to the point where I'm comfortable offering that to my customers yet. It doesn't look good yet, but I do plan on practicing some more, and hopefully sometime in the future I'll gain enough competence and confidence to offer such a thing. But right now it's pretty much just bare band coin rings, but they do look pretty cool. I mean, there's a lot of detail on these things. Yeah. No, I definitely recommend learning how to make coin rings the old way first before you get like really expensive or high level tools. Because I've seen a lot of people start with the nicer tools and then quit in like 2 weeks because it's too difficult. Whereas the people who start with the caveman tools tend to last a bit longer. They don't give up as quickly, and they don't waste thousands of dollars on tools. Can I make a ring from military metals? I really have to be careful with anything from like the Army or the Air Force, the Marines. They're very strict about their copyright and trademark protections. So I try to stay away from anything like that because I don't want the Army or Navy to be mad at me. I don't need a lawsuit with them. So at this time, I do have to turn stuff like that down. Do you prefer to check coins for errors? I do, and I've actually found some pretty cool ones. I have a District of Columbia quarter. It's like a Duke Ellington quarter, and it's got like incredible doubling on it. It's a pretty valuable quarter. So yeah, I check all my coins before I work on them. And I've actually found some pretty cool stuff. I've found some silver quarters. So yeah, I definitely check my stuff before I work on it. How much does it cost to make one? My prices range from $30 to $300, depending on the coin I'm working on. These are state quarter coin rings. They're $30. You can tap the little shopping bag at the bottom of the screen down there. And there's a good chance that TikTok has given you a coupon, so you can save whatever TikTok lets you use. I'm not sure. It's pretty willy-nilly with what coupons go to who. But if you want to check and see if you have one, you've never ordered anything on TikTok, tap a little shopping card. See if they've gifted you with something. Good chance they have. If anybody else has any questions, let me know. Thank you very much. Yeah, I gotta be a little careful with what I do and don't work on. And trademark and copyright is not a line I'm comfortable crossing. I like my business, and I don't want it to be shut down for doing something stupid. So I'd rather be safe than sorry. Hello. Are you just breaking the edge? Let me see if I can show you what I'm doing. It's kind of hard to explain. Okay. No. Well, on the edge of every coin, there's a bit of raised metal. You can kind of see it on the outside of the ring right here, all the way around there, that kind of lip. That also happens on the inside of the ring, and it makes it a little uncomfortable and hard to correctly size. So I just cut that away with a deburring tool. Now it's nice and smooth. How long does it take from start to finish on a ring like this? Usually about 15 or 20 minutes. Might take you a little longer. I've been doing it for like 4 years. I know you can get a licensing permit for military stuff. Never looked into how much it costs. Yeah, I can. That's true. You're not wrong. I could legally try and pay for licensing to use their copyrighted and trademarked designs. But I don't want to. What can you put on a ring? So I make rings out of coins. The ones I'm specifically working on today are state quarters. So I can do all 50 states. And these are made from real, quarter coins. And I can make them in a variety of sizes. Made to order, just for you. Just tap the shopping cart down here. Do you only have state quarters? Can I do regular quarters? Yeah, I can do a variety of dates. I have a lot of quarters in my inventory. If you want to see my whole shop, you can tap the link in my profile. But here on TikTok, the state quarter coin rings are basically what I'm featuring on this live. These are clad. I do have 90% silver through the link in my profile, though. So I offer both. But TikTok is a little weird about precious metals, so every time I've added a silver coin ring, they kick it off. Even though, like, I had 1964 half dollars on here for a while. I got, a couple million views on a video of them. And then they were like, oh, you can't have this. Sorry. So For now, we're just doing copper. If you want 90% silver, go to the link in my profile. That's the best I can do for now. Trying to roll with the punches. Trying to follow the rules. TikTok has a lot of rules. And I'm not here to upset them. This one's going to be 11 3/4. It's really close. What I'm doing here is stretching and reducing until we get it just the right size. So close. Might need to move my camera. No, we got it. There we go. 11 3/4. Perfect. I have a 1961 quarter I want made into a size 13 ring. Can I do it? Probably. I'll need you to go through there's a button on my TikTok profile that says get a quote. Just tap on that, answer a couple questions, and I'll get back to you. That's how I do all my custom orders. Made a coin ring before by rolling it and lightly tapping the edge with a hammer. It took forever. It does take forever. Yes, this is a much faster process. I haven't worked on platinum yet, but I don't want to say no. Like, I want to work on platinum, but it would be an expensive coin ring. That's something we would have to talk about in, like, one-on-one probably, because I don't even know what it would cost. Something. But yeah, currently I work on copper clad, 90% silver, fine silver, sterling, and pure copper. And I've got all my coin rings sorted by the metal they're made out of, if you go through the link on my profile. Are there state quarters that are platinum? No, I don't think so. I think mostly over like the last 10 years, the only platinum coins I've seen have been like really big mercury dimes. Those are the only ones I can think of that I've seen. This is a Celtic knot. I didn't make this. I bought this from another ring maker a long time ago, but it's pretty cool. There are state quarters that are platinum. I don't know about that, man. You own some. Maybe they're platinum plated? I'm not saying you're wrong. Like, I'm not trying to be rude. I've never heard of or seen them, so I'm skeptical. And wouldn't it be in the red book? Like, I have a red book. Wouldn't there be like platinum state quarters in the red book? I've never seen them, so I'm skeptical. All right, guys, bear with me just a second. I gotta see what the next coin ring I need to make is. All right, let's check it out. They're in the Gray Sheep Marketplace. Okay. did Louisiana. So next one's North Carolina. All right, sorry about the dead air. We'll get back to it. I'll do a North Carolina quarter. Haven't seen you anneal coins. Is that not necessary? I mean, you definitely have to be more careful. So with copper clad, it is quite malleable. Like 90% silver, fine silver tend to be a bit more brittle, whereas I have a little more play with copper clad, but you have to make very small changes. You can't rush anything. If you stretch it too much too fast in one spot, it will split. So as I work on this one, pay attention to how little the changes I'm making are. It is easier if you anneal, but then you have to clean up the fire scale. And fire scale on copper clad is like one of my least favorite things to deal with, and I can never get it all the way off. So if I can make a copper clad ring without annealing it, I try to. Just because I can make the ring shinier when I'm done. But if I was doing anything super big, like size 12, I would probably anneal. And I advise you to anneal. Don't don't try and copy me. I've made a lot of these, so I can just feel what the tolerance of the ring is, like how much I can push it. There's platinum plated. See, that's what I thought. They were plated. That's not the same as the platinum state quarter. Yeah, there's like gold plated and platinum plated quarters. Those are really just kind of gimmicky. The amount of platinum or gold that's put on them really doesn't make them any more valuable. It's just kind of to make them look pretty. And if I work on plated quarters, the plating falls off almost immediately. So they're not great for working on as coin rings. Colorized quarters have the same issue. As soon as you start folding and stretching or shaping the coin itself, anything on the surface of it's going to flake off. No, you're fine. You're fine. I was just saying I thought they were plated. So yeah, plated quarters, like I said, usually that stuff just falls off if I try and make it into a coin ring, especially if I anneal them. It burns off too. I have also done some experimenting with plating coin rings as soon as, like, once they're coin rings. I've tried silver and gold plating them, but with the, like, my plater isn't powerful enough to leave a thick enough layer on the ring itself, so it usually comes off within about a week or two. So it's not something I offer because it just rubs off. Might need a stronger electroplater in the future, because gold plating does look really cool, and if it stuck around I'd be happy to offer it, but it rubs off. I bet copper ones look great too. Oh yeah. Are gold dollars manageable? There's the issue with like gold and Sacagawea, like presidential dollars, is the metal alloy they use to make those coins. There's like 5 different metals, and they're pretty weird. So far, like, out of fear of people having allergies to that metal makeup, I have not offered them like for sale. What about silver? What about silver? If you want silver coin rings, you'll need to go through the link in my profile. Euros? No, I only work on US currency. Oh, for sure. TikTok is just a little tricky about like the type of proof required to sell precious metals on TikTok Shop is it's a bit weird, and it's difficult for me to prove to them that my rings are authentic. They just need a lot of weird paperwork, and it's like doesn't exist because of my material is weird. Like I don't know. So right now I only offer copper here on TikTok Shop, but if you need like 90% silver or fine silver, you can go through the link on my profile. But yeah, state quarter coin rings, all 50 states available. Tap a little shopping cart if you want to get you one. This one's going to be a size 9. Let's stretch it. Let's go. 9 people viewing the product. Let's go. Heck yeah. Thank you guys for checking it out. If you don't see the state you're looking for, there's about 7 that are missing on that listing. Ohio, a couple others. You can just pick another state and leave a note for me. And I can make any state is what I'm trying to say. You'll just need to let me know when you place your order. California's pretty cool. I can also do half and quarter sizes. You just need to leave a note for me. And I'm sorry that's the way it is. But that's just the way it is. But so far, most people have been able to handle that little bit of instruction quite well. So, can I make a size 13? Max size for quarters is 12. If I go any bigger than 12, the details on the ring start looking bad. They start stretching weird. And it just doesn't look great. So I prefer not to offer size 13. I could do it with your understanding that it's not going to look as clean and crisp as this, right? See, this looks really nice, clean and crisp. Anything after size 12, you really start to lose definition of the details just because it's been stretched so much. Thank you. So yeah, if you're okay with that, I am willing to make you a size 13. You'll just need to leave a note when you place your order. And I'll try and do my best, but that's you've had fair warning. They just don't look as good. I've tried. But I finally kind of gave up and stopped at 12. Because 12 I can get them looking pretty good. 13's where the trouble starts. What if a specific state with specific year is that possible? Unfortunately, no. The state quarters were only made 1 year each. So like North Carolina was only made in 2001. They did 5 state quarters every year for 10 years straight and only made them 1 year each. So I can't pick a state and a year, unfortunately. I do have larger coin rings available through the link in my profile. Like a $50 I could get to a size 13, no problem, and it would look good. But I don't have any larger coin rings here on the TikTok Shop. So that's another recommendation that might be something you want to look at. Thanks, man. Yeah, I've been doing this for a while. So hopefully I've learned something. Well, thanks for watching, guys. I'm glad you're enjoying it. If anybody else has any questions, let me know. Thank you very much. Working on an 1898 Morgan right now and had to come back for moral support. You got this. Neil Lofton. Morgans are tough, dude. You gotta use your big boy muscles for those. Good luck. I hope it goes well for you. Don't rush it. Take your time. You got this, man. Is it true to size? Yeah, and I can make these in a variety of sizes. They're all made custom to order, so when you place your order, I grab a coin and I make it to the size you ask for. You got this. I remember my first Morgan. I pooped my pants. I was so scared. And they came out okay. It's not the prettiest ring I ever made, but I didn't break it. What's a Morgan? That's a 100-year-old silver dollar. Well, 90% silver, but yeah, silver dollar. Well, I guess his is 126 years old. Something like that. He's got a decent date on that one. How much is my shipping? Usually about $5. But if it's going to like Canada or Germany or something like that, it could be way expensive. So it's variable, but usually in the continental US it's about $5. We're gonna do a little lesson here. So this one is supposed to have straight walls right now, and it's got a little unevenness to it. I don't know if it's coming through on the camera, but it's not sitting flat. It doesn't roll right. So what I'm going to do is stretch this out and then reduce it again to fix the shape of it. We got 5,700 likes on this live. Let's see if we can get that to 6K real quick. That's a measly 300 taps on y'all's screen. Probably 2 taps per person. Let's go. What do I use for final polish? I really like Mother's mag and aluminum polish. That's this stuff. Very, very good. And then I follow this up with these connoisseur jewelry wipes. And these two work really nicely together. That's about all I use. They work great. Couldn't sell anything. Did you try, I don't know, the first few I sold were in person. Like I sold them to people I worked with. And then I sold a few on Macari. And then I moved to Etsy. Sold a few more on there. And then I built my own website, and that probably has gotten me the most sales of all. So you may want to consider setting up website. If you go to my shop through the link on my profile up here, and you get to the shop and scroll all the way to the bottom of that page, there's a like a referral link button there for the people I built my website through, and you can actually set up and list products on that website. I think the limit is 5, but you can create 5 listings for free and have like a functioning e-commerce website with 5 listings on it for free if you sign up through that link. And like if you start selling through those, like you start making some money through that, you can sign up for a plan and add more products to it. But that's a really good place to start. I know using Etsy has a lot of fees associated with it, but if you want to use some like your own personal website, check that out. And I mean, posting on social media definitely helped. If you have any questions, reach out to me. I'd be happy to get you rolling. I know it's not the easiest thing to do, so I'm happy to help you get started. So for South Carolina, you'll just need to pick another state and leave a note. So just, I don't know, pick New Jersey or something, and then add a note that you want South Carolina, and I can do that for you. I missed about 7 states making that listing because I'm an idiot. So that's on me. I do have them, though. Turning wood into bowls on the lathe. Well, shit, you sound creative enough. Like, I think you ought to give, setting up a website a shot. List your 5 favorite rings to make. I don't know, put some wooden bowls on there too. Start a TikTok showing people how you make your crap, and tell them where to find it. Works pretty good for me. You show them what you make, and you show them where they can get it, and that is a pretty decent formula for success. All right, next one up is Louisiana. But don't get me wrong, persistence definitely is a factor. See, I've stuck with this for about 4 years. I make rings here on TikTok pretty much every day, and I think that has a lot to do with how well I've done with it. See, I've got 3D printers. They're pretty cool. Very nice. Yeah, you sound plenty creative. So what you got to do is you got to convince yourself that marketing is one of your hobbies, right? And then it's just another thing you do. Thanks for the roses there, Country Corn Rings. So I was actually looking. What was I going to say? I don't know. Thanks for the roses, man. Oh, dude, we're almost at 12,000 likes. Y'all knock that over the edge for me. Tap the screen. We're almost there. That's really close. 12,000. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. My wife thanks you. Are you making rings for her? So my wife appreciates all the rings I make. This is called a deburring tool. It's better to be a professional at one thing than a jack of trades. That's what everyone tells me. Nah, that's bullshit. I think being good at a lot of stuff is super valuable. But it's only good if you can incorporate them together. Okay? So I got good at marketing, good at making videos, good at making coin rings, good at talking to people, good at building websites, and the power is like when you put all those pieces together, that's what like knocks you above everybody else. Like there's definitely people who make better rings than me, right? But the chances of them being seen by you guys compared to me being seen by you guys is like astronomical because of how I fit all the pieces together, how I make them work together in a system. That's where the power is. Does that make sense? Deburring tool. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I would recommend getting this specific brand. It's called Noga. They have the best blades I have found. I've tried a bunch of different deburring tools. Get a Noga. You're not going to regret it. These cuts super smooth. Like, look at this cut. It's phenomenal. So, yeah. A lot of blades you can get will kind of skip around and leave, I don't know, not a nice smooth surface. Whereas this Noga cuts super good. So that's what I would recommend. All right, order 290% proofs for our anniversary rings. And they got lost in the mail? What? See, I've done some print-on-demand stuff. Works for some. I don't know. I don't like having the products that I promote, like, the quality control be in other people's hands. So I think it's really nice that I found a product that I'm comfortable making that I can promote. I've tried promoting other people's stuff, and I still do it a little, but I much prefer to promote my own work because I have a lot more control over it. Oh, you got them from eBay. Okay, yeah. I was like, I don't think so. Like, if I shipped something and it got lost in the mail, you can bet I would be replacing it. So, okay. Not from me. That's good. Scared me for a minute there. Say, my customers are happy. Who are you? I see. Can I make a ring out of a 1964 silver quarter? I sure can. You'll just need to go through the link on my profile here on TikTok, and you should be able to find them through there. Part that pushes the ring stretcher came off, but I can still set up there and use it. All right. I love sending people y'all. It's something I can't make yet. No, I ordered raw coins from there instead of a local shop. Oh, no. Yeah, you really got to be careful ordering stuff online, especially silver coins. So I pretty much ordered directly from the U.S. Mint or from other reputable distributors. I really like Ampex. I can never pronounce it correctly, but they ship fast. They have good prices. Ampex. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Pretty good source for coins. That's the one. Ampex. Yeah, I like them. When I ordered a roll of 90% silver Texas quarters, they sent them in this really nice tube. really fancy shipping and packaging from those guys. I like it. There's an issue with coin rings. They will never make both sides exactly round. It's always bigger on the edge. Nope, I will show you. I make, so right now, off the ring stretcher, we've got one side that's wider than the other. Woof. Right? Yeah, the top side is a little wider than the other. It's kind of cone shaped. Gosh, we have no focus. That's rough. But we're about to fix that. Yeah, it's not always the cheapest, but you're gonna get what you pay for. So what I did was I stretched this about half a size too big, and now we reduced that wider side to meet up with the cut sides. Now we have a very nice straight wall look, even on both sides. Yeah. Yeah. And me too, man. I'm just dogging on you. But yeah, I've seen a lot of coin ring making techniques. Try to adopt the best ones. Throw out the nonsense. Oh, I believe it. I like to do everything with hand-powered tools. I don't like using anything you plug in to work on my rings. It's a lot easier to mess up a pretty much finished ring with something that's plugged in than it is with something I'm using my hands with. So I'd rather do this and take my time and have a better result than try and cut corners or speed it up with power tools and then just end up with an inferior product because of one little mistake. It's the same thing with sandpaper. I don't like messing with sandpaper at all. It leaves scratches that are really hard to get rid of. Well, I mean, if people are going to wear these, some people every day, I want them to be proud of it. I want it to be worth wearing. So I put a respectable amount of effort into my work, I think. Yeah, I'm making orders right now. Sure am. This is Louisiana. Trying for a size 10. Look at that. That is almost perfect. Set y'all up over here. We might need to go back and forth. Size 10, y'all. Let's go. Only use fine sandpaper, but only make sure it's for a good polish. Have I ever used the spoon technique? Oh, yeah. So I've used a hammer and mandrel. I've used a spoon. I've used a lot of interesting tools to make coin rings. I prefer working with dies. These work pretty good. All right, what's up next? We've got Arizona. Yeah, it's the bird smooth on the inside. I'm in Texas. Yeehaw! So our quarter so far. Now we're going to clean up that inside edge there. Excuse me. Making you want to do one? Well, come on. Get in here. Get it going. Patience is key. You can't rush a good coin ring. You really got to take your time. Coin ring flash sale coming soon. I don't know, man. That last one about killed me. I had to make 190 rings in something like 2.5 days. Shoot. No, I think I'm gonna have to charge full price for a while here. Get my bills covered. Let my hands rest a bit. Yeah. It was nuts. It was a wild, a wild experience. I think we got up to 179 orders in one day. And that was 198 rings. Some people got more than one, and they were all half off. I ran out of ring boxes, ran out of business cards. It was wild, but we got her done. And it seems like about half everybody's got theirs already. I was freaked out. I'm not gonna lie. It freaks me out. See, what I probably should have done is gotten off live once I hit 100 orders. Like that would have probably been a bit easier to manage. But I was a fool. I stayed on until we hit 178, and I was like, oh my god. This is real. This is a situation I'm going to have to deal with. And I got off and got to some real work. Stayed up till 5 in the morning, got up at 7, and just started cranking, y'all. It's a shame I didn't record most of it, but if I did, I wouldn't have got it done. Yeah, it was it It was quite the weekend. Thank you very much. What a wild time. It was good. But I think I think the discount was a little too deep. I think 50% off was a bit much. I might do 25% off next time. That half off about killed me. It was rough. Well, if anybody has any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. If you guys want to check out what we're working on today, we're making state quarters into coin rings. We've got all 50 states available. All you got to do is tap the little shopping cart at the bottom of the screen. Pick your state, pick your size, and I'll get to work on it. If you don't see your state, there are a few that are missing. I do have all 50 states available. You just need to leave a note for me. I can do the same for half and quarter sizes. What's the biggest ring I've made? I've made a size 20 once. I made a size 17 about 2 days ago. This is pretty huge. But that was using a 1 ounce silver round, so I have to use bigger coins to go bigger. I think the biggest I've made a quarter was like 15, but it was really ugly. Anything after 12 and the details really start to stretch in kind of a funny way. It doesn't look very good. Am I heating them still? I'm not. But if you're trying to learn from me, I recommend you do anneal. I've made enough of these where I can tell what the limits are. Do as I say, not as I do. And these aren't silver. If they were 90% silver, I would definitely be annealing them. I can get a bit more stretch out of copper. You just broke your arbor press? Oh my god. Best ring story. The best ring I ever made was a 1/4 ounce gold eagle. Thing was beautiful. And it scared the hell out of me. I was so scared to work on that ring, I didn't record it. So I was like, I'd rather just make the ring correctly and screw the footage. I was freaking out. Sorry if someone asked yesterday, but does this leave coloration on your skin? Yes, these are mostly made of copper, so they can leave kind of a green finger on your skin. For that, I recommend applying clear fingernail polish to them. If you're really worried about it, I do have 90% silver and fine silver coin rings on the shop linked in my TikTok profile. So if you don't want a copper one, you want 90% silver, you'll need to go through there. What coins make the best rings? I really like 1964 half dollars. Crack the base. Shoot, bro. I'm sorry to hear it. R.I.P. Arbor Press. That sucks. No, I say clear fingernail polish just because it's something that most people can get their hands on. And it's not going to be irritating. It's not going to break anybody out because it's basically... I mean, they're all basically the same thing. But clear fingernail polish is a bit easier for most people to track down. Always a little green. I just want to make sure. Can't keep looking like that the day I got it. Yeah, just put a little clear fingernail polish on it. Every once in a while. Works pretty good. But like I said, I do have fine silver and 90% silver through the link in my profile. If copper's not your vibe, I totally understand. Could I offer a coating for the ring? I prefer to ship the ring raw and then like leave the coating in the customer's hands, because people are so variable, and I don't want to do something that's going to upset one person and make somebody else happy. Like the way I've got it set up now, it's really in the customer's hands what happens with it, and I'm more comfortable that way, if that makes sense. Broke your arbor press. Oh, Morgan dollar. That's wild. Like, I'm sorry. I feel partially responsible. Like, I didn't break it, but I feel bad. Thoughts and prayers. Does that work? I'll send my thoughts and prayers. I'll check it out when I get off of here, man. Yeah, I think you're gonna have to take a bit of a break. No pun intended. Feel better already. There you go. What do they say? You can't make a omelet without breaking some eggs. Something like that. It's only money, right? Yeah. So someday you'll look back and laugh. Probably not today, but someday you can look back and laugh. Yeah, dude, if you got it from Harbor Freight, take it up there. They'll replace it. Are all your resin made to order, or do you have a bunch of them, general sizes when you put... I make everything to order. So, like the one I'm working on right now, this order came in during this live, and we are immediately making it. So everything's made to order. Almost everything's made to order on live. I'm laughing now. I'll go see what they say. Heck yeah, man. I wish you luck. Harbor Freight's usually pretty cool, and if you got it from there, they'll probably replace it. That's my understanding. And whoever said that, good job. 2019. All right, guys, I've got an interesting dilemma here. Let's see what you guys say. So I told somebody they could pick a year and I would make it for them. And they said 2019. 2019 has 5 different designs. So I'm going to let you guys pick with me. And get them all set out here. Oh. We can pick which one. War in the Pacific. All right, so Here's our 5 2019 designs. We get the Lowell, we get the River of No Return, we got the American Memorial Park, the War on the Pacific, and the San Antonio Missions. Does a coin... No, it's no longer in circulation once I make it into a ring. It's not a coin anymore. It's no longer currency. It's effectively transformed. Let's see if we can get any hints. Oh. They live in Arkansas, so let's see if we have any that are remotely related to Arkansas. That's the Mariana Islands. And that is Massachusetts. This one's Idaho, Guam, Texas. I think the corner on the cross with it would look good because the edges. So that's going to be the San Antonio. I think that's a safe bet. I think we can roll with that. Take a final look at these other ones. I think that one's going to look the best. So we'll go with it. Had 2 votes for it. I'll take them. Let's go. Zoomed in a bit much there. I tell you what, guys, I'm about ready for a coffee break. I think we're getting close to 2 hours in this live. Should have a mirror on your table. It would really bring the coins out. I personally try to avoid mirrors. I don't have the best of luck with them. Pretty much anything glass tends to break around me. I can be kind of clumsy. So, no mirrors, no glass. It doesn't last very long within my range of motion. I almost always knock shit over. In my country, it's an offense to alter any coin that is still in circulation since it's government property. Well, in the United States, you are allowed to alter currency as long as it's not fraudulently done. An example of that would be like changing the date on a coin or changing the perceived face value of the coin. Any change that you would make to deceive someone is against the law. But as far as making jewelry out of coins here in the United States, it is A-okay. Which is pretty cool in my book. What is your country, Fredo? I'm curious. That looks pretty cool. From Malaysia. Cool. That's what's up. So you gotta keep them girls happy, and one way to do that is make them some jewelry. My wife loves it when I make her stuff. So good on you. on the other side of the globe. Well, I'm glad you can make it to my show today, man. Shows the reach of TikTok right there. That's pretty cool. This is size 11. Okay. Thank you. I appreciate it. So if you can't take pride in your work, what can you take pride in, right? Always try and do my best. Especially when, strangers are watching. Y'all keep me honest. So thanks for watching. If you haven't yet, make sure to hit the follow button. That would be super cool. And if you want to get yourself a steak quarter coin ring, tap that little shopping cart. Is the quarter the only option from 1989? I might have them in half dollars as well. But you'd need to go through the link on my profile to find those. These are 2019. Can we get it to focus? Oh yeah. Pretty cool. Do I do Morgan rings? I sure do. You'll just need to go through the link on my profile to find them. 17,400 likes. Y'all are too kind. Thank you for tapping the screen. Yeah, that's pretty cool. It's got a lot going on. I've been making coin rings for 4 years. Almost done. Yeah, that's understandable. Woo. Yeah, when I first started making these, I was a little unsure if it was against the law or not. So I reached out to a lawyer and had her do the hard research for me. She came back with thumbs up, and I've been making them ever since. Really nice looking ring there. Well, guys, I'm going to take a break. We've been going for about 2 hours straight. We have made, let's see, 7 coin rings, which is pretty sweet. I hope the rest of your day is freaking awesome. If you haven't yet, make sure to hit the follow button so you can catch me next time I go live. And, have a great day. Catch you next time. Peace.